What's up, YouTube? So, for today's topic, I'm going to talk about how much it takes just to reach success, just the amount of sacrifice, hard work, pain, even suffering, like blood. And there's a saying, blood, sweat, and tears, right? I've noticed all the time when you try to reach success in life, like when it comes to like making a lot of money or being really great at something, I understand people have different talents, so they're naturally good at something. But I'm talking about overall. If you become really good at what you do, even when you're trying to become successful, like when you're trying to make a lot of money like that, or become really great at something you do when it comes to perfecting a craft or a skill, right? It requires a lot of dedication. It requires a lot of sacrifice, hard work, and pain. You know what I'm saying? This is why when you hear successful people who make billions of dollars, thousands of dollars, like they had to go through so much shit. They had to go through so much trial and error, pain and sacrifice, man. And I understand it gets complicated because when it comes to money, when it comes to success, it all deals with like karma or like energy and shit like that. So like um Chauncey one on his YouTube channel, he mentioned too, like, yeah, you could be like he mentioned something like you can have a real estate worker, right? Or I forgot what they call it, like someone who works at real estate. He can make hundreds of thousands, fucking millions of dollars, right? But then you have someone else who's a construction worker, and he doesn't make as much money. He makes minimum wage, right? Don't and if you're the average person will look at, oh, that person, he makes a lot of money, maybe he works harder than him, and a lot of successful people, they'll say shit like that. But Chauncey one, he mentioned that like, well, the construction worker, he also works just as hard as a real estate worker. He works just as hard. They both work hard. If not, the construction worker could work harder. It's not working harder or smarter. It's not that. Some people don't have the right resources or tools to do that. So when it comes to success, when it comes to like making money, it obviously it's all programming. Obviously, it's all like it's all just this fucking bullshit system, right? But see, when it comes to success, when it comes to hard work, I'm not sure it's because um like a program or like this corruption thing. Because obviously money rules the world, right? So obviously we're being enslaved by money. So sometimes I think to myself, in order for you to reach success, do you gotta play the game? Do you gotta play the matrix? Do you gotta play the system just to make money? Or is there a way to get out of this system so you can make your own living? But either way, it takes a lot of like dedication, it takes a lot of grits and hard work, right? I'm speaking this from a societal standpoint, right? Basically, when you're trying to reach success, even when you're trying to do something you love, it requires dedication, hard work, and a sacrifice, right? So you gotta do whatever it takes. This is why, like, some people when they talk about sacrifice, like sometimes you gotta sacrifice, and all this is my opinion. To be honest with you, and I'm not even like agreeing with what I'm saying. I'm just talking like from an overall success, from an overall standpoint when it comes to the society and world, right? um, some people say, or like most people, they say that like when you return success, sometimes you got to sacrifice. Are you willing to sacrifice the like type of friends you want to be around with? Are you willing to sacrifice the type of family? Are you willing to sacrifice spending time with family members, spending time with your family, spending time with friends? Are you willing to sacrifice releasing habits that aren't bad for you, like um, wasting time? Are you willing to sacrifice your time management? Are you willing to sacrifice your the things that satisfy you in the moment? Like, are you willing to partake in things that would not feel good in the moment, but will help you in the long run? Like working out, like fitness, like working on your studies. Are you willing to stay up extra late so you can so you can better your craft? That requires sacrificing sleep, right? At times where like when I'm trying to get better at something, since time is speeding up so fast, there are times where like I have to like sacrifice sleep and time just so I can be really good at my career, at my job, right? At what I do. Like I noticed too, whenever all the things I became good at, I had to sacrifice so much stuff. I had to sacrifice my sleep. I had to sacrifice the types of people I'm hanging around with, and like I had to put in a lot of effort, and I had to put my full focus onto it, right? Um, and that's what I'm getting at. Like, are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to make the proper sacrifice? It's not easy. Life is not easy. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard, man. So it's not easy. This is why I think there's a saying: it's someone success is easy, everyone would do it. You know what I'm saying? It gets kind of complicated because like some people may like some. Me, I personally believe in this as well. Since we live in a corrupt system, I also believe that like we don't have to put in work, blood, sweat, and tears just so we can get the things we want. I don't. I do believe in it, but at the same time, I don't. I also believe that like it's possible for us to create our own system and create our own bag, create our own money, so that way we ain't got to deal with all the bullshit just so we can make money according to the system. Because in these, because the same way a successful person works extremely hard to make six figures, not even six figures, that's a little bit like millions of dollars, thousands, 100 millions of dollars, billions. That same person who works at a minimum wage job, they both work just as hard. If not, the minimum wage worker could work just as hard because the minimum wage workers are overworked and underpaid. You know what I'm saying? I understand successful people, they were once at their positions, or some of them were once in their positions, and they put in a lot of effort. So are you willing to sacrifice your time management and stuff like that? So it gets complicated when it comes to success. I feel like success, it all deals with opinion. Some people may say, oh, it requires a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice just to reach it. Other people may say, oh, he's got to work smarter, or like you got to like he skipped the system and stuff like that. So it depends, you know what I'm saying? But I understand like the programming. I understand like we live in a corrupt system where it's all programming. We're like, and I've learned this from other I've learned this from other YouTube channels. Not I didn't make this on my own. They also talk about like the system is set up to where like we have to act a certain way, we have to think a certain way, and we have to do things at a certain way just to reach success. People aren't really reaching success; they're more so reading trying to meet financial freedom. You really think about it. Yes, we are working at our passions. It is a point to follow your passions in your heart. But like most people, what motivates them to be success is so they can have financial freedom. Because no one wants to be a slave. No one wants to be forced to do things they don't want to do. No one wants to be around people they don't want to be around with. But in this system we're living in, we're forced to be in situations we don't want to be in. We're forced to be around people we don't want to be around with. We're forced to work at these jobs we don't want to be in, right? We're forced to have our time wasted and so we could work at these jobs you don't want to be in, right? And some people also say like there's nothing wrong with like working at these 9 to 5 jobs because you can use it as a stepping stone. I've done it, and me, I'm still doing it, and a lot of people do it as well, which is nothing wrong with that. But I'm just speaking from an overall perspective. But I feel like I could be wrong, so you don't have to agree with me. But I feel like for certain people, it's like success comes in different forms for people. Some people, for them, they may have to like escape the system and not participate in the system in order for them to be successful. For other people, they might have to be in the system because maybe their passions and their heart involves in the system. So you know how the system is. Nothing's given to you. So like, and I don't mean this in a good way or in a bad way. Just how it is. So since it's not that, since you gotta do so much, since you gotta go through so much bullshit just to reach success, like I feel like it's the rules of this realm, this human experience too, where like you gotta go through so much pain, trial and error just to get where you want. This is why humans have a nervous system and shit, man. This is why we gotta sacrifice time. Just the fact that time is speeding up. Since time is speeding up, are you willing to sacrifice your hobbies, the things you love, just so you can reach success? It's not more. It is success, but more so you can be really great at what you do, or so are you chasing things to make you financially free? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I feel like being financially free is the goal. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, people will still want to do things they love doing. Like me, for example, me like at least for now, I could change what I want, but like the current career field I'm in, I love it and I want to be it. But I also love making YouTube videos. I love expressing myself. I love doing all the things I'm doing. I don't mind doing it for like a long term. Now, the only challenge is that like I'm trying to be great at what I do, but I'm also trying to attract a lot of finance, a lot of money, so I can be financially free to the point where like I'm not forced to be around people or forced to work at these jobs where I don't want to be around with and I don't want to do right. Or like I'm able to do anything what I want whenever I want, right? So I can travel around the world and just again be financially free, so I can do things I love doing. And a lot of people they also experience the same thing. They also want to be financial free. A lot of people they want to meet different types of people. They want to meet like-minded people. They want to experience love. They want to be romantic partnership. They want to be in these high vibrational love connections. They want to experience life. They want to travel around the world. They want to just be free, pretty much be financially free. In this system, like it kind of controls us. It kind of controls like everyone working these jobs, some people love what they do, and I feel like that's a blessing. But most people they don't like what they do. That's why a lot of people are like so negative. And we're being overworked and underpaid. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the end goal for people is yes, it's follow the heart because it's common sense. It's basic course. You know what I'm saying? You have to follow your heart. You have to do what you love because if you do what you love, if you have a talent, if you have a God given skill, utilize it to your best of your ability so you can live the type of life you want to live by attracting money. Unfortunately, money does rule the system. Unfortunately, we control our money. I'm not saying money is bad or good. I'm saying like money has a lot of control over us, unfortunately. And in order for you to attract a lot of money, why not use the best of your abilities? Why not use your God given gifts? Why not use your skills and your talents so you could attract that shit onto you so you could live the type of life you want to live, right? I feel like when it comes to success, I feel like it's complicated. It's very like diverse. It's very like it depends on the person's soul mission. It depends on their karma. It depends on what they came down here to do. You know what I'm saying? So success is gonna look different from everyone. You know what I'm saying? We all have different life purposes and different life missions. But overall, man, at least again, you don't have to agree with what I'm saying. And I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm just talking. But usually with me, like whenever like I become really great at the things I really want, me I had to sacrifice a lot. I had to do. I had to put in a lot of work, a lot of effort. Sometimes like a lot of I had to sacrifice sleep, a lot of crying, a lot of pain, just suffering, just so I could get the things I want. You know, and I feel like there's good suffering, there's bad suffering. Good suffering is when you're in so much pain and you're grieving, but the good type of suffering is where like you're putting in the work and you're making the sacrifices. But it's not easy. Basically, what I'm saying is all the things that I attracted, the things that I was able to get that made me extremely happy. It shit wasn't easy getting those things, and even if it was, it did took some sacrifice. It did take some effort. It did take some energy just so I could get those things. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not sure this applies to everything in life. This is why I say like I'm not right or wrong. I'm just saying like I'm just talking. I'm just saying like everyone has a different life purpose or different life mission. So when it comes to success, it really depends on a person's mission or their interests and shit. But without a doubt, man. But it just seems like, based on my observation, in this human experience, in this realm, in order for you to get the things you really want, it does require, in my opinion, it just seems like it does require a lot of like sacrifice. It requires a lot of pain, a lot of things. Are you willing to let go of, or like, are you willing to experience? Are you willing to get off your comfort zone, pretty much? And also when it comes to ego too, like since the human body's constantly evolving and changing, you, you always gotta change your ego, or like always gotta like evolve pretty much. And even that is not easy. This is why we go through purging. This is why this is like astrology. This is why we go through Mercury retrogrades. We go through full moon cycles. This is why we go like through like um these full moon eclipse. This shit like that. And this is why time is speeding up because human beings we're constantly evolving. We're constantly releasing trauma. We're constantly crying out. We're purging out a lot of emotions and then we experience more bullshit, we experience more pain, and then we gotta purge all that shit out. So it's a constant cycle of going through bullshit trauma and releasing it. It's a constant cycle of it. You know what I'm saying? And even that in itself is not easy because some people they're not willing to do the healing work, and there's nothing wrong with that because I don't blame them because it's so painful. This is why human beings have a nervous system because it's so hard to cry out your trauma. It's so hard to purge out all these emotions you're experiencing. This is why it's important to seek professional help, but also like spiritual help as well. But even then, that's still not easy because it requires you to get off your comfort zone. And I feel like that would make life extremely challenging. Like it seems like if you're trying to evolve, you're trying to be better. Like what I've noticed about life is not going to keep you stagnant. It's going to do something where like you're forced to get off your comfort zone, and that in itself is not easy. It requires a lot of like energy. It requires a lot of shit you don't want to do, but you have to do it. You know. But all I'm saying is, once we do reach success on the other side, is it really worth it? Is it really exciting? Me, I haven't reached success in a while, but I look back at the times where I reached success, and like I'll be extremely happy, and I was enjoying it, and so I would say it is worth it because, of course, it's success. Who doesn't want to experience success? Who doesn't want to experience financial freedom? Who doesn't want to experience evolving? It's a great feeling, especially if you put in so much work and you earn that shit, and it kind of humbles you and it makes you more grateful and shit. But at the same time, it's like just you got to go through so much shit just to get those things. This is the rules of this human experience. But there's no right or wrong. I'm just saying, like, are you willing to make those sacrifices? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Just do the best you can. Follow your heart. Just know that you're not alone. That life is not easy. So don't feel pressure. Don't feel like, oh, I got a lot of catching up. I got a lot of catching up to do, or I feel like life is beating my ass. Just know that you're not alone. That everyone else experience life just beating them down. It's not necessarily life. It's just human experience. Just a lot of shit. We're constantly evolving, shit like that. Like I don't know, man. Just know that to follow your heart. You're not alone. Do what you love and like don't give up, man. And keep being successful and remain persistent. And also be happy and just like do things that make you happy. What I mean to say, just enjoy life and do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Just know that you're not alone. Because it's painful. This shit's not easy, but it's part of the human experience. You know what I'm saying? But it's how it is. Have a good one. Peace.